an increase in GST is actually a very good tax because it's a consumption-based tax. And ultimately that means that if you spend more as someone who's earning more or whatever, you ultimately pay more tax. It's quite a very equally weighted tax. Now, there'll obviously be a percentage of people who say, well, the most vulnerable are the most affected because ultimately they don't have a lot of money. And so you still got to make sure that you are looking after the most vulnerable in the community. When you are looking at reform in that area, there's going to be a lot of people saying, I don't like paying any more tax than I have to, so I won't vote in any sort of tax reform because it means ultimately I'm going to be paying more. But in the light of day, the GST was a significant improvement in the way in which we look at tax. But when we do big tax reviews and all of that, the governments of the day rule out GST. So all of a sudden, we're not even having a fair debate.
I want to jump in on you there because I think it's a beautiful point that the GST is seen as this big, bad consumption tax that's going to hurt the poor and that it's actually not fair. First and foremost, you've already described part and parcel is that it spreads the load. So this is the first part of it. It spreads the load. The other thing that comes with tax reform and getting better productivity, tax reform is not one piece. It's a broad brush.